bitches. Nick Saltzman. This cat is one of the most amazing dudes in the Astro community. Love the guy. He joined our family early on. I mean, he's like one of the first people who became a part of the Astro clan. And this man he's the epitome of leave no waste, right? I kind of liken him to some of the Native American hunters out there from past that would, they would go out and they'd get a buffalo, but they'd get the buffalo, but they would use every piece of the buffalo, from the skins to the fat to the meat to the fingernails, all the things. Like, there was no waste. That's Nick Saltzman. Nick Saltzman not only is a wholesaler, but he's flipping his own deals. He is extracting every bit of juice out of every deal. So if you're one of those people that wants to work less but get more, Nick Saltzman, somebody you want to watch. So here you have him, Nick. What's up, Nick?
How are we doing?
Great. How you doing?
Good.
When you eat, does food get in your mustache?
Yes, absolutely.
And then does
the cream cheese earlier?
Yeah, wait, and then after, when you go for it, is it seconds? Like,
it's a flavor saver.
Yeah,
sure.
flavor saver. That's a good one. So how's it been, man? What's been new?
It's good.
You're killing it still?
Yes.
How many deals are you doing every month?
Right now, we're still focused pretty heavy on fix and flip.
Yep.
And I think we have 8 projects going on right now.
And you get you get some of your deals from the community.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you source your own too?
Yes. Yep.
So you're maximizing how much money you make on a deal, because you're like, no, I don't want to turn this into a volume thing. I want to get the best deal, and then I want to take it all the way up, because why would I leave that money on the table or sell it to somebody else and take a little sliver when I can just have the whole bite?
Exactly.
I love that. So fixing and flipping, what's the price point you're doing it in?
Typically, we buy our houses between 3 and 500,000.
Okay, and then you want to exit at what, 6 to 8?
Yeah, basically.
And where?
St. Petersburg, Florida.
Great area.
Yeah.
How hard is it?
Pinellas County, like Clearwater.
Yeah. Are you local?
I live there.
Are you doing any projects for other people, or just all you?
Nope. So I actually I flipped about 20 of my own projects.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot, right, to bring a project together.
Yeah.
So I actually teamed up with somebody local in my market. I actually hired her to flip a house for me because I didn't want to deal with it. Mm-hmm. Her fee and everything, I was just like, yeah, no, I don't care. I can't be doing this.
What did she charge you?
Well, the first one she charged me she just gave me a bulk price. I didn't know how much she was making on it. So I was like, that's fine.
Yeah,
it's right
it
in my
made
budget.
sense for you.
I don't care how much you're making.
Yeah.
So
she's like a project manager?
Yeah.
Okay.
And because she flipped a lot herself, but then once interest rates started to change and everything, she's like, I'm out, I'm done. And so she was looking to team up with somebody local and just take over their projects because she loves design and project management.
Okay.
So I hired her for one job and went well. And she just kind of was like, hey, we really hit it off well.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't get in my face about anything. You just let me do my thing. I was like, yeah. So she's like, you want to do one together? I'm like, sure.
So now you guys are joint venturing?
Yep. On all of these projects.
Dude.
So I do all the acquisitions and financing, and she just runs the whole project as far as construction and design. Yeah. And then I'm licensed, so then I sell them on the back end.
Cool. What are you guys making on a house usually?
Typically, we net between 50, 60,000.
Okay.
Some go wrong. We just closed one the other day where we lost 6. It was just stupid. But we also got one our newest one we just listed. We're already under contract, and that is going to net us about 130.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So, you of course, every time you're at bat, there's going to be something interesting. You get thrown a curveball every now and then, and you just got to move through it. But what did you learn from the one you lost $6,000 on?
Process.
Okay, where'd you go wrong?
So it was always our thing whenever we were doing flip. First thing we do is we send in our inspector and get a full inspection done. Yeah. That way we know 4-point issues and everything. For whatever reason, we didn't do it on this one. It was just overlooked, and we got through the project, and sure enough, we listed it. 550. We got an offer at 545 right off the rip. Perfect. 4-point failed. Buyer walked. Sat in the market for weeks, and we ended up having to redo the roof, which was only 6 years old. But you know, Florida, like insurance is just insane right now. So we had to redo the roof and a bunch of like plumbing, electrical stuff that we just overlooked, and just kind of we fell under contract twice because of 4-point issues. Had we just
done the work.
Yeah, it was so silly. So we learned our lesson. Just new standard of procedure. Do the 4-point.
Would you not have bought that one at that price if you had had?
No, still a deal. Like when we got under
still a deal,
contract.
but how come you lost 6 then?
Because we ended up spending we had to redo the roof, which ended up being $12,000.
You would have redone it anyways if you had done it in the real process, right?
You mean buying the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you had done it like right out the gate,
Right.
you would have still paid $12,000 for the roof.
Yes. Yeah.
So you just added it on a little bit later. So then, what I'm trying to understand is that did you guys miscalculate?
Yeah. Well, the roof was unexpected. We
Okay.
never knew that the roof was.
So you
going
would
to be
have
an
had to
issue.
buy it cheaper than maybe a little.
I would have, yeah.
Okay, so you would have had to buy it a little cheaper. You would have, but you would have built in the electrical, plumbing, and the roof expenses.
Yeah.
Into your
Correct.
costs. Got it.
I mean,
Okay.
that's the risk with flipping, right? Like,
Always.
The permit was only 6 years old on that roof. Visually, it looked fine
Yeah.
from the ground. I didn't go up there and look at it.
Yeah.
It just looked good. But once we got up there, like our inspector and the other inspectors all told us, like, there's a lot of granule loss on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Because there was this giant, like, elm tree or something right in front of it, which was another big expense.
Yeah.
That cost $5,000 to get that taken
The
down.
tree taken down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We've had to deal with those. I hate it when we chop trees down, though. It's
I
like my
know.
biggest pet
I'm a
peeve.
canopy guy.
Yeah, I hate that because I'm like, man, the tree was here first. What are we doing? You
Yeah.
know? But okay, so you learned your lesson. You made some money, or you lost some money, but that's gonna save you so much money in the long run. So it's like, you know, when you're in those spots, like you almost didn't do that 4-point inspection to teach you to always do the 4-point inspection,
That's the lesson there.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, and you know, this time it only cost you $6,000, but it could have been like something way worse.
Yep.
So you mentioned something about insurance in Florida. Are you self-insuring right now? How are you managing insurance on your fix and flip projects? Like, where are you getting it from?
Yeah, so I forget the underwriter that we usually actually does it. It's like Tapco. Tapco is actually our underwriter. But I have an agent there who I just get builder's risk on, and they, what's it called? Because I use hard money.
Yeah.
So we got that
You
covered.
have to have it.
Yeah, we have to have all that.
What are you paying for your hard money fees out there?
So I am paying 11 and a quarter,
Yeah.
1 point,
Yeah.
and they have like a $1,000 junk fee.
Okay.
So
Like a
it's-
dock fee?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's Kiavi, if you know them.
Yeah, I know them
Yeah.
really well.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But they need to get an appraisal and all that crap, right? No?
No. So I don't know if I get special privilege because I'm part of like a mastermind, Collective Genius.
Yeah.
And they give preferred lending rates to their members.
Yeah.
So I don't ever have to worry about appraisals or anything. I'm sorry. They do their own internal appraisal.
Yeah.
But for buying the property or whatever, nothing. They just need pictures.
So how long do they usually take to fund? Like, what's their timeline with you?
They can get it done in 10, but usually it's like
2 weeks.
14.
Yeah.
14 days.
Yeah, that's what I've kind of understood is their process too. So that's cool. I mean, that's a great model, Nick. I think you're really showing the full scope of how to do less and get more from everything that you're doing. Because like, you're making the same kind of money as somebody who's going to do, you know, 5 deals in a month, but you're taking it all with your single transaction, and it gives you great profit margin. I mean, you guys are making 130 on this one, so you'll get to take home 65 of that.
Yep.
Which, when the average deal's making you 10 grand a pop, that's 6 deals,
Yeah.
right? And you get to do it all in one, which is 1/6 of the effort. You found somebody else to come in and have to handle the project, so you really just get to focus in on the thing that you enjoy. And do you enjoy the acquisitions part?
I love it, yeah.
That's the thing that
So
lights
like
you up.
Nikki, my partner,
Yeah.
she loves the construction side.
Yeah.
I don't like dealing with adults and having to make sure they do their job.
Yeah.
But I love the acquisition side. She hates that, so it's just a perfect fit.
Nice.
Like that's what I do, is just acquisitions all day.
That's cool, dude. How do you think the community, the Astro community, has contributed, or what has it done for you and your business?
Yeah, so it's really cool to see. I mean, first off, deal flow. Like I've bought probably, I don't know, maybe half a dozen deals off of fellow Astro people, and like it's really funny. Like I'll get sent the same deal, you know, from
a couple
four
times.
different people, but it's what I want. I want
Yep.
I want to know about a property if it's happening in my market. So I know about a lot of deals going on, and some people in the community I've actually built relationships with now, and like they're actually lending to me on the flips that they're like trying to sell me, or they are. And just confidence. Like it's like I can reach out to people and say, hey, what happened with that deal? Like you know, get data basically about what's going on. Maybe I don't see or whatever. It's interesting because like other people in the community reach out to me and they're like, hey, dude, how are you buying these deals and whatnot? And I'm like, I don't know how you're selling those deals for what you are, but that's great data for me because now I know, like, if I get locked up low enough, I can just flip the contract. Yeah. And there's so many people in the community that can help me dispo as well.
Right. Have you done that yet? Have you dispoed through the community yet?
I've worked a few, but I don't think we've ever closed a deal.
Okay. So that's your next obstacle or your next thing that.
So right now, that's what I'm trying to focus on.
What's your ROI been? Because you know, with respect to the community, like.
Dollar amount?
Yeah, I want to know, like, 100%, 1,000%? Like, what do you think it is?
I mean, for what I paid to join it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, a lot.
Yeah. I should charge more.
That's crazy how much money I've made versus, like, how much it costs.
That's so cool, dude. That's so good. I appreciate you, Nick. I think this is such a fun way to do the business, and you know, it's like that Native Americans will get a buffalo, right? They'll hunt a buffalo and they'll use every part of the buffalo, right? Nothing goes to waste. And you kind of remind me of that dude, right? Who's just like, well, if I got to go out and kill a fucking buffalo, I'm going to wipe my ass with its pelt, you know? Like, I'm going to use every piece of it, because what's the point of just doing a little bit to get a little bit? Why not do this thing and take all of it? And that's how you serve up your dish. It's really good, dude. I appreciate you. I think you're going to continue to kill it in the game. What's your biggest goal?
I really just want to keep on building out my identity as a buyer in my market. And like, I am buying, but I want to buy more because I like.
Are you holding anything?
No, so that is a goal.
Yeah. Well, your taxes must be shit.
Yeah. So that's what I need to work on for this upcoming year. Like, hey, we need to get that number down by holding some properties.
I'll reach out to me when you start doing that. I'll connect you to a really good cost seg guy that will come in, do a cost seg study for you, and then you can get accelerated depreciation on the total purchase.
Wonderful.
Which is the key, you know. And I would absolutely look into the pad split model.
Yeah, I met some people over at Squat Up Summit the other day, like Javier. I don't really
he's a great dude.
Yeah, because he's over in Orlando, and he's like, I do this all over Florida. Yeah. Like, oh. I've been always anti-pad split.
You've been anti?
I didn't understand it.
Oh.
But now I do.
Yeah.
Because I had that false belief of why do people want to live with other people they don't know?
Yeah. You're just projecting what you would want to do on other people.
Exactly.
But you don't know their situation.
Exactly.
And it's a lot better than being in their car.
Yeah, and that wasn't even a reality to me.
Yeah.
So I get it now.
The pads, because you've got lenders, right? If I'm you, I'd be, because look, on one pad split deal, you can go, say you raise 75 grand, right? That's pretty much what you need. Down payment for your acquisition and down payment on your first draw of your construction. And that can, 75, 80 grand or whatever. It's probably in the right price point for what, because it's a C or D neighborhood when you're doing these pad splits. That gets you into the deal, gets you constructed into the deal. Pad split does the lease up for you. And then what's really interesting is because the gross rents are so high, that you can, and because if you get the property at a deal, like you buy it wholesale, you can force appreciation enough to refi all of your cash plus some and have an infinite return. So imagine if you go to a private money lender and say, hey, give me 80K, I'm going to give you back, as long as this goes right and the numbers make sense and I hit the target that I'm looking for, you give me 80, I'll give you back 90, 10 of that's tax free because it's a loan, not a refi, right from the refi, and then $1,000 a month in perpetuity. What lender doesn't do that deal?
Yeah, just keep them in the deal.
Just keep them in the deal.
And that way, if the cash out refi doesn't,
keep them in the deal, and then you're making 10 on the refi, plus $1,000 a month on the deal for perpetuity as well, and you just keep cycling over those people's.
It's like I'm already doing that, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Because I borrow a lot of private money.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this is a way for you to create depreciation and cash flow in perpetuity without any of your money.
Yeah.
Okay, I want 10 grand. I love it.
Before you guys wrap up, just in like 2 minutes or less, go into detail about what you did to get your first deal.
So yeah, probably one of my first deals is I got a property under contract directly from a realtor, because I went to your mastermind, if you remember that, and you told me just call 50 agents a day, and I did that for probably 45 days straight, and then I was like, I'm done. Because I just got burned out. But I did cultivate a relationship doing that with this realtor named Matt, and Matt actually followed up with me and said, hey, Nick, I got one. And his exact words were, you've been the most persistent person. And he brought me a deal. Cool, got it under contract. I used my buddy Riley for dispo on it. And he was like, hey, dude, yeah, we can do this. I can move it for you, but you're a little tight. Like, you cool making 5K on it? And I'm like, well, I'd like more. So he told me, like, yeah, go back and retrade it. So we did, and we had legitimate reasons why. Like, there was a septic tank, and the house was not in the condition that he said it was in. You know, it was a dog house.
Perfect reason to do that. Yeah.
I hit him pretty hard, though. I came back with like a 40K reduction, and I think we settled on like 30K. So we ended up making like a 35K rip right there, just like that. Yeah.
Well done.
And like, that was proof of concept.
Yeah.
How were you doing your agent outreach? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
How were you doing the agent outreach to the?
Literally.
You say 50 a day. What were you like? Where did you find their information? Did you text them?
We give them a list.
Yeah.
So you give them.
Back then, I don't even think I had a list.
No.
I was literally just going on Realtor.com and just seeing agents in my market. And I would just call them with a pen and paper.
Wow.
Easy. Don't overcomplicate it.
That was,
Are you getting 50 answers a day or reaching out to 50 names?
You've got to talk to 50 people a day.
talk to, yeah.
So you're probably going to...
I for an hour and I think I talked to 6 people.
Yeah. So to talk to 50 people in a day, it's 8 hours.
That's a long day.
I didn't hit 50, like barely ever.
Yeah.
Because by the time the day was over, I was beat and I hit
Might
35.
Hit 30. Yeah. Yep.
But then whoever just was receptive to my phone call, you know, talking to me, just put a star next to their name, follow up with them. Hey, I'm Nick. You know, I'm also a licensed agent, but you know, I'm looking for more projects. If you guys have anything, like,
come on through.
Please reach out.
Diaper baby, Monday. All right. Any last words to somebody?
Yeah. How do people find you? How do people find you?
Nowadays, I'm most active on Instagram.
What is it?
Nick Saltz.
NICKSALTZ.
Yep, that's it.
Any spaces?
Nope.
Nick Saltz. Salt Bay.
What would you say to somebody that is considering joining the Astroflipping community?
Jump in. Like, why would you not? It's really the amount of money you spend versus what you learn and the ability of money you can make. It's not even in comparison.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's true. But it's always what you put into it. You get what you put in.
Oh yeah,
you know,
can't just sign up and make money.
Yeah, it's you have to take some steps, right? It's always, life is not just this like easy thing where you just get to sit in your house and the doorbell rings and people just bring you dishes. You know, I wish it was like that, but it's not. So it's a whole process. But like, you know, why, if you're gonna go do a W-2 job for somebody else, doesn't it make sense to do it for you? Right?
Yeah.
If that's your game, right? I mean, not everybody is. Not everybody's into that.
It's a big mindset shift.
Yeah.
Because like I grew up thinking to work for other people. You know, I mean, I kind of did. I cut lawns in high school, but still, like, you can't pay the bills with that. Like,
Yeah.
So I got a regular W-2. Then stepping out, like, that's scary.
When did you? How long after you started doing real estate did you quit?
So I bought a flip while I was still at my old job, W-2, and crashed and burned on that. So luckily I still had my W-2. Stayed in it for another like year and a half, did a few more flips, and then that's like when I joined Astro, because I wanted an exit strategy of like, okay, flipping, wholesaling, I can do this. So it took me from getting into real estate, probably about almost 2 years from quitting that job.
Cool.
Yeah.
How'd you quit? What'd you say?
I actually got a phone call, and they offered me a raise and a promotion.
They weren't expecting that.
No.
Hey, Nick, we got great news for you. We want to give you a raise. How would you like a promotion? You're like,
Nah, dog.
I quit. They were like, you know what? The person who called you to offer you the promotion and the raise probably got fired because they fucked that up so bad that you quit.
Like, I got the guy.
I
don't know the guy.
Oh my God. You imagine that person going, I don't know what happened today. I went to go give Nick a raise and a promotion, and he quit.
She's looking at the script like, what did I say wrong?
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
There you go. Good to see you, dude.
Cool.
How cool is that, right? You got to hear how he is finding these deals, how he is taking these deals vertical and like making all the money. So he's not just wholesaling his deals out. No, he's flipping them. He's extracting everything that he can out of these instances and circumstances. And that's the way it should be done, right? So all of you guys that are out there fixing and flipping that haven't brought wholesale into your world, you're making a mistake, right? Why continue to keep paying these big wholesale fees and not just plug into a community and find wholesale deals from people like the Astro community, right? So Nick was already a fix and flipper. He saw the Astro community was doing a lot of deals, so he came and he plugged in. He took our best strategies, does those himself for his own acquisitions, and then buys deals from the community to help his fix and flip business keep its volume up. So he is one of those guys who uses the community in all of the ways you should be using it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave Nick a comment. Sell Nick a deal. He's always looking. And we're going to keep coming back with more and more of these episodes, guys.